program. Alright everyone, welcome to the stream. So put something in the chat box. I'm trying to figure out how to reset the Broadway Limited Mikado, and then we're going to get to running trains here in a moment. As soon as I do that, and I'm going to try that. If that thing won't work, then I'm just going to go without it. So put something in the chat box and we'll get started. Shout out to, there's 3 people watching. Nobody put anything in the comments though, so I don't know who's watching if you don't put anything in the comments. Alright, so yeah, let's just move on. Now where'd the indirect one up? Oh, there we go. That's what I'm looking for. The I'll try the CV right. Let's see if that did. Getting started. Okay, never mind. We aren't doing that. It is semi-permanently silent. Just my stupid luck. It wouldn't work. Alright, well, we will do this then. Ooh, I can't remember. staging trackers on. Okay, never mind. There. Got two of them. And is there anything in the comments yet? Alright, there we go. Hello to North American Trains, JT1, Nathan Delay. Well, I recognize everybody. JJL Gravy, where are you? I know you're watching. You ain't commented yet, so say something. Dimensions of the layout, what you see before you is, this is a 4x8 right here. What's in front of you under the computer is going to be an engine terminal, and then over here, this is eastbound staging, represents Charleston, West Virginia. It goes around the room. Over there is River Division staging, which is going to be the River Division, Primary Gapless, Ohio. The 4x8 is, well, this side of it is Logan. This is yard number 1, Industrial Spurs. On the other side of the backdrop, we have, what was it? This is Logan Yard, other side is Old Town Yard. And eventually there is going to be, you'll come west out of here, you'll loop around over here. You're going to have, there's going to be a sawmill scene to your left. You're going to keep climbing up. There will be a couple more stretched along the back row there. And then you're going to have Lancaster on a deck above here with the Pennsylvania interchange. And then you're going to have staging for Columbus, Ohio, either up top, either over there or here. I don't know which, one of the two. We will see. So that's basically what it is. Since you want a rundown, control is Digitrax. Power is a Zephyr Plus. Eventually it's going to be an Evolution or a Super Chief, one of the two. And working signals, the track's already been blocked off for signaling as far as blocks, so I'll just go back and cut the gaps. Gauge is 14 for the bus, 22 for the feeders, and I've got LocoNet running around to eventually run all the DS64s and SE8Cs and everything else that's going to plug into it. So this will be a fully signal with dispatcher controlled turnouts and panels and a mobile CTC panel that everything will hook up to. And then switchless, JMRI, which also run the signaling and eventually locomotive programming with JMRI. So that is the plan for it. Somebody put in the comments if you're picking up audio. I want to make sure we're getting the audio. What the? Oh, come on, I don't want that. Oh, shit. Okay, good. You can hear me. Never mind. I just wanted to make sure. So, that is basically what it is. What else am I leaving out? Oh, era 54 to 56. It's going to be mostly steam because Hawking Valley Railroad, the prototype, mined coal. So this is going to be the steam area. Through trains will be diesel, and then eventually there will be through stuff from the C&O, the B&O, and then up top here is going to be Lancaster and Pennsy interchange. So, but anyway, I'm going to call it that. So, we came down here to run trains, so let's run trains. Now, where did I put this? I don't want the full thing of that. Okay, so operations. Let me get. Okay, first off, we got switch lists from JMRI. They tell you essentially, assuming I can get where you can see this, you got the car number, where it's being picked up, where it's going, and where it's being picked up from, so it tells you the industrial spurs. And this is a computer program you put on your laptop. It's a free download. And then the other thing I've got props is I went through and I made essentially a switch list. So it's a sequence. Flips over and it gives you 1, 2, 3, 4. It's not a timetable or fast clock yet. I'll have that eventually. But it gets the idea. And then the other thing I made up, when I have a couple people down here, the yard master, he's got basically an information list that tells him what's coming through, some instructions for each, and I've got information cards I put in with the paperwork for each train. So the crew has a switch list, they have an instruction card, so hopefully they'll know what to do. But so the one in front of here, this is number the eastbound freight, number 56, I think. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to grab its switch list, and yeah, number 56, eastbound time freight, departed Columbus, and you just read the sheet down. So it tells you no work at Lancaster or Rockbridge. Lancaster is a town that'll be modeled above Logan. You set out everything at Logan, it tells you which track, and then nothing going to Charleston. So basically, we're going to get all the cars out, and then we're going to move the power around on the other side of the layout, and basically it's going to sit there until it gets called for something else. Either that, or it'll either be MU'd with the train going towards Charleston, or it'll move light back to Logan. I haven't decided yet one of the two. So I'm going to readjust that thing a little bit. And change the right direction. And we shall go. Hey, BNSF in scale, nice. Okay, so anyways, on to the ops. And I can't remember the names off the top of my head, sorry about that, but a shout out to the 4 new subscribers. Oh, come on here. Get on here. And that's just a blue box F unit. It's got, what is it? TCS Cat Keep Alive in there, I think. And I'm working on getting headlights put in it. So, but decoder's in. I haven't done anything as far as momentum or speed matching, so it is a little raw. And right now these turnouts don't have switch machines on them, so they're loose. Well, that one's not loose. You see, there we go. I run trains and it already bombs. it yes or no? Hey, North American Trains, what exactly are you working on? I saw the words working on the layout, so actually there's a topic for everybody. Poll question. What's the latest projects on your layout? Because I know everyone on the chat so far actually has one, so what's the latest thing you've been working on and how far along is it? What's on your workbench, in other words? Or the layout, one of the two. Yeah, I gotta have something to push that over with. I know this is not the way you want to do this, but okay, what does our switch list say? Canadian Pacific flat card from that's Ultron track 1, Ultron track 2, Ultron track 3. Okay, I'm going to reposition the camera because this is tracks 4, 5, and 6. So we are completely in the wrong spot. Okay, let's move this. Oh, fudge. It's just gonna... Nope, that ain't gonna work. That will not work either. Hold on, people. This way, I don't think I need that. Let's try this. JT1, I like that. I like that a lot, honestly. I would love to do that because one of the places we used to be was Hutchinson, Kansas, on the old Santa Fe Transcon. And I remember a couple times we saw a Super Chief and a whole bunch of rail fanning. So if I had to pick, that's probably something I'd do for a diorama. Alright, we are going to come. Well, maybe we're going to come. Assuming that stuff couples up. Oh! But you did not. I'm not going to be able to do that when I get the second deck in. But come on. Nope, people. Switch lead, very important for layout design. Now look at what I did. Each one of these tracks is about 4 to 5 cars. I just pulled out an entire track worth onto the switch lead. So I can do all this. I don't have to foul anything out here. But so is the purpose. Okay. We'll leave that there where I can see it. Alright, CP to track 1, Illinois Central to track 1. So the first 2 cars are going to track 1. Which is going to be right there. So what's going on in the chat? For me, are you going to build a helix for the second deck? JT1. Maybe. I would love to get a helix because it's about one of the best methods for moving between decks. But in case you didn't see the last layout update, JT, eventually this layout is going to be shipped off to Alabama. New place, new house. So honestly, it depends on what we find. If we find a room the same size, then no, it's going to be a continuous climb around the perimeter to get up to everything, which is going to get complicated very, very fast. But what do? You live and you learn. Now, if we find that's one option. The other option is we find a big enough room and I can widen the aisles a good 2 foot, because these are only spot wide enough is over there. Everything else is a foot and a half. And having 3 people down here is impossible. By the time I'm done, I'm going to have operating positions for 4, actually. So if we find a room big enough for that, it might be a helix, just depending. Or if I end up stuck with a 10 by 10, then I really don't want to do this option, but if I get something like a 10 by 10 spare bedroom, then this thing is 10 by 14 and the aisles are already narrow enough. So I hate to say it, but if it comes down to a spare bedroom, I very well might end up tearing it down and rebuilding it from scratch. Locale area, none of that's going to change. All this track will get reused, wire will get reused, lumber will get reused, everything will get reused, but it will be rebuilt around the walls with plenty of aisle space, and yes, a helix, a 30-32 radius helix actually. So it depends, but that was going to be next year's plan. It was going to be get the second level in. Then we found out I'm moving, so that is put on hold, and right now, essentially my only focus is getting the layout ready. So that's basically complete putting some extension cords in, because I ran a 120-volt line under the layout. Specifically for plugging the electronics into command station and whatnot. So I still have to put a couple extension cord ends on that, and then I have to go around, put some terminal strips in, and then label all the wiring. And if we're going to do this right, then I need to do an inventory of everything. Track, building, C-room materials, knickknacks, hardware, lumber, all of it. So helix, I don't know, it's just, all that is kind of, it's kind of, we'll see at the moment, unfortunately. So that's where that lies. And to answer another question in advance, if somebody asks, does that mean you're going to do anything scenery? No, I'm probably not. If I do anything else on here, it's going to be, as far as work, it's going to be getting ready or maybe a tiny bit of track work with some PCB ties. But no, for the time being, progress is stalled. And probably will be for the next 6 or 8 months. Because it's going to be a while. So, yeah. Now, other switch lists. Where did all my paperwork go? Where did all my paperwork go? Guess I put it under there. Oh wait, it is under there. Whew. I thought I lost the paperwork. Alright. Eastbound time freight. Done. Lancaster turn. So eventually, if I had enough finished, this would come up about right here. Lancaster second deck. Go around the layout and end up here. But we don't. So we're just going to use this in lieu of that. Alright, let's see. Oh, and this program also tells you which order to build the cars in. It'll automatically block them. So we've got Illinois Central and CP, which will weigh in. They're pointed in the right direction. Let's check the chat again. Nathan Delay, layout is a big loop. Essentially, yes, it's a giant loop, the staging at each end. And hopefully I can squeeze in a continuous run connection too. But yes, it is basically a big loop. But again, aren't most layouts big loops? With just the staging yards and certain points to sky, so it looks like we're going from place to place. Which is what we want to do, and especially if you're into operations. But still. BREX, DTNI, 227, 227, 11, 286, 286. Okay, so those two get reversed. Well, what do you know? And then Connex, and that will be the train. And then we will grab a caboose, and we will be good to go. Okay, right there. These two cars have to be reversed. Okay. Alright, so there you go. That's going to be it. JT1 had a heal. Darn. You should have saved it, man. I might have bought it off of you. Alright, well, that is lunch, so I'm going to go ahead and go. I'll do this next weekend. I've got a good hunk of schoolwork. So that's going to be it. Shout out to the new subscribers. Don't forget to check out my fanfiction novel, the blog on My Railroad Hobbyist. Don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, all the usual stuff I usually say. And note the recommended channels, particularly Sparky, Approach Medium, BNSF Guy 9823 or something, Ralphan 220, and a huge shout out to JJ O'Grady. Know you're watching, man. Thanks. Alright, that is going to do it. So Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Everybody take care. God bless. And I will see everyone later. Oh, come on. Where's the mouse? Ah, shoot. Oh, great. It's frozen.